has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
In the darkest dungeon. Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. Quests will fail or must be abandoned. Heroes will die, and when they die, they stay dead. Progress autosaves constantly, so actions are permanent. The game expects a lot out of you. How far will you push your adventurers? How much are you willing to risk? The darkest dungeon of the darkest dungeon. Build 214. Blah, 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 blah. Build 21142. Okay. Campaign. I recorded earlier, but I screwed up the recording, so I am going to delete that. Make a new one. I am going to play on the easiest difficulty. And I'm going to call it the Darkest Grape. Because grapes are dark. If they're purple.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
With the stagecoach destroyed and the caretaker gone, you will have to make the journey to the hamlet on foot. So get your running shoes on and let's go.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot, or there are no valid targets. So this does 95 damage, and then it has some bleeding. This does 85 plus 15 unholy versus unholy, so it does like 100. And then this does, I don't understand, okay, 90, blah blah blah.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Now I got some loot. While exploring, you will find interactive objects. Investigate them.
A fortune, waiting to be spent. Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Make the big
An
guy
ambush.
bleed.
Send these
He
vermin
has like
a
a
message.
huge health
The
bar.
rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Take out the big guy first. Oh my god.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as decaying bodies that have flies, and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, or you can just let them be corpses. Okay. Okay, so I have to take... Oh wait. I'm gonna try this. Okay, it did a little bit of damage, and it buffed this guy. And I can't reach him because I guess this guy's taking up a lot of space, so... I got this ranged attack. Never mind. Won't work. Okay, I have to take out this.
Decimated.
Okay, got some loot and some
Trifling
bandages.
victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Which this guy really needed. After you've completed the requirements of a quest, you have the option to return to town at any time. Just click the crest. White toothpaste. You don't need to return to the starting room of the dungeon to exit. Precise Striker, plus 3% critical melee skills.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Okay.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
You'll need to recruit all of these heroes to fill out a party of 4. Drag and drop them into your roster.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
While you're here, spend some of your starting heirlooms on upgrading the Stagecoach network.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Now I got my party of 4, and I can go dungeon hunting. Dungeon looting. Monster hunting.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
So, this girl is a mage. I mean, she's a healer, not a mage. And then this guy is like a long-range poison character. So, I'll keep
The
him
cost
in the
of
back.
preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
You'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences. But always bring food and torches. Okay, so I got my melee guy at the front, my second melee guy at the second place, and then I got healer and then a poison bomber. She does 80 melee plus 15, so 95. She's pretty much as strong as him, so I can switch her with him. This guy, I don't know why I can't use this. I guess he has to be in 3rd place.
Another one falls. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Got some treasure. Got a nice shovel for my grave, that's good. And then some gold and a black onyx. Which is probably, yeah, it's just to sell. I have to use a shovel on this.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
The light is fading. The current torch level greatly affects many mechanisms in the game. The darker it gets, the harder things get, but the better the rewards.
Masterfully executed.
Damage. Okay. This does like 95 though, so I'm gonna attack.
Begone, fiend. A devastating blow. Executed with impunity. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Wow.
This expedition at least promises success.
Next turn, I go. Got a key and some ruby. Okay. Hey, bada.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Bye.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay, so should probably use some torches.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Disarming traps. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and then click on the trap to disarm. To attempt to disarm. Some heroes are better than others at disarming. So I have these two. I don't think. Can this guy do it? Oh, he can. Okay. Forgot to change my party around.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay, kill party. And finish this guy.
Back to the pit.
And get an arrow to the chest.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Kleppo over here. The exertions of adventuring has produced a hunger amongst the party. And ba-bam! Quest complete. Return to Ham. Lots of money for the future adventures. Negative 5% virtue chance. +2 speed if torch below 26. 15% damage versus human. Minus 15% stress versus human.
The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the sanitarium.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
Heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities at the tavern and the abbey. Each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero, depending on their quirks. Committing a hero to an activity locks them in that activity until the next week. You'll have to take a different hero with you on the next quest. So, 20% stress in the cove. Gamble cheats. Prone to stealing. Virtue. Believes is possessed by demons. 20% stress versus beast. Okay, I'll put this guy in, I guess.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Okay, so I got some new people. So I got this person, which seems like they are long range. I kind of need a long range person. And then this guy is like short range. Oh, this is ranged too, actually. Okay, I'll take this guy.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
So that is gonna be part 1 of the darkest grape. The darkest grape of the darkest dungeon.